have a question for you. Do you collect sealed Pokemon items at all? So not specifically booster boxes or booster packs or ETBs even. I'm talking about like collection boxes. Like we have here a Legends of Justice box. This has a Plasma Storm pack, black and white base, and a Boundaries Crossed pack. And these are pretty expensive. They're a little bit over $300 a piece. I think Pokerev actually just opened up a couple of these on his channel looking for the secret rare Charizard, the secret rare Blastoise from Plasma. These are really, really cool. Obviously, the cellophane on this one in specific is getting a little bit of damage, but do you collect sealed collection boxes at all? It's tough, right? It is very tough to keep items sealed. That's probably the biggest issue that a lot of collectors have, is that they try and maybe collect some collection boxes or some ETBs or some booster boxes, but the most difficult part is keeping it sealed because the product is there, it's readily available. So when you walk past it, you're like, kind of bored. Maybe I should just open up a few packs. This one, it's not too, I can always buy it. I can always replace it. It's not a big deal. And then usually you forget to replace it and the prices jump, and it's never a good thing. That's the most difficult thing with collecting sealed products. But there's a lot of sealed products, specifically with collection boxes, that have really blown up over the past year or so. And we're talking specifically items that you may have seen as long as you've been in the hobby. Maybe you came into the hobby during the pandemic or shortly after the pandemic. You may have seen some of these collection boxes just kind of chilling at like a Walmart or a Target or a Sam's Club or wherever. You might have been able to find some of them online for MSRP, and really a lot of them have really started blowing up. So we're going to look at those today, and I'm curious to know in the comments section down below what your thoughts are. Maybe you buy one to open, you buy one to keep sealed, you put it in a nice little storage bin and you try and forget about it. But I was talking yesterday in the chat for our live stream, and somebody was asking, they were talking about their Evolving Skies Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box and how they were going to open it because they just wanted to open it up. And I told them, good for you, you know, go for it. Like, if you really want to open it, you should open it. You bought it, it's yours. You should do what makes you happy with it. Somebody else started asking, does sealed product always rise? Does sealed product always go up? And the short answer is yes, it does go up as supply starts getting more and more limited. Demand for that product will always be there, not as in demand as maybe it was at one point in time, but there will always be somebody who's kind of looking for a sealed item that maybe they don't have. And as availability and quantity continues to go down, supply continues to go down, those prices start driving up a little bit. And we're not talking about like the Lucario V-Star collection or the Cleaver V-Star collection. Those are going to go up eventually, but they were mass printed to oblivion, and they're going to take a lot longer. Same thing with like the Charizard Ultra Premium collection. But we're going to flip you guys around, see what you think. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment, share the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you come back on Saturday. We're going to be celebrating 100,000 subscribers. It's going to be absolutely epic. We're going to give 100 subscribers free vintage booster packs, crack them all open on stream. It's going to be so great. So we're going to start out with the Mewtwo V Union here, because this one has made a lot of noise, especially in competitive play, and this one in specific has risen. Remember, this one came out in a chunk of 3 different collection boxes, so there was the Zacian V Union, Mewtwo V Union, and the Greninja V Union. The Mewtwo V Union has been doing the best, and that's because of the competitive aspects of Mewtwo V Union. While it doesn't make a lot of noise currently in the competitive format, it has in the past. It's won regional events, it's won major events, and there is still room for it in the meta moving forward, which is going to continue to cause this Mewtwo V Union card to kind of continue increasing in price as availability isn't there. But look what it's done over the past year. Right around May of 2022, that's where it was at its 1-year low, which was a little bit above MSRP. MSRP on these, I believe, was $39.99, so it was right around $48.71, and it's just continued to climb. We saw slow, steady growth all the way up until October of 2022, and that's when it really started taking off. Leveled off a little bit in February and March, and then started taking off again. So it's sitting at $60.08 currently, just off of its 1-year high of $62.07. So you may have seen those. I remember seeing those at Walmarts in different places a couple months ago, just kind of chilling on the shelves. Here's the Arceus V figure collection box. These were available on PokemonCenter.com for a very long time, and the great thing about this is the Arceus V is extremely playable, which is enough to kind of just pump up the box a little bit in value. But if that isn't enough, you also get a Cosmic Eclipse booster pack in all of these, which made it super, super popular. A lot of people really wanted this card. It was hard to find, or this collection box, it was hard to find right away out of the gates at MSRP unless you were ordering it on Pokemon Center's website. They went out of stock, they went in stock, but they had plenty of availability when it came to this for quite some time. And you can see it kind of shoot down right away at the beginning there in May, June, not too long after its release, and stayed fairly consistent until it started selling out on Pokemon Center's website. And then it really started taking off right around August, September, really started moving up a little bit. And then we saw some steady growth up until January of 2023, continued to rise a little bit in March at a one-year high of $38.02. It's backed off a little bit, sitting at $36.23. But with the growth that those tag team sets have really had, especially when it comes to Team Up Cosmic Eclipse, and you're getting a Cosmic Eclipse booster pack in this, these ones might continue to rise more and more as Brilliant Stars, Chilling Reign become less available, and Cosmic Eclipse obviously becomes less available. We might see this one continue to take off even a little bit more, but $38.02, the one-year high, really close to that currently. The Blastoise VMAX is one that really kind of puzzles me a little bit. This one has continued to rise really ever since release. These weren't super available at LGSs. They were a lot more available in big box stores, but you can't find them as much as you used to. They were kind of sitting on shelves for quite some time because the pack selection inside isn't that great. You get a Darkness Ablaze pack, you get a Sword and Shield base pack, and then you get 2 Battle Styles packs. So not a whole lot of greatness when it comes to pack selection, but the Blastoise VMAX itself, not a competitive card by any means, but definitely a collectible card. You also get the deck box inside. These continue just to climb and climb and climb. You can see April, May, June, July really going up, and then leveled off a little bit up until December of 2022, and then just started taking off even more. So in April, it was at a one-year low of $44.58. It's gained $22, so it's gained almost 50% in value over the past year, sitting at $66.68 currently. That's a one-year high for the Blastoise VMAX. Kanto Power Boxes, I don't know what all to say about Kanto Power Boxes because these just kind of continue to climb and climb, but you may have seen these kind of hanging around during the pandemic at Walmart's. Walmart's had a bunch of different restocks when it came to these Kanto Power Boxes, but these were bought up like crazy. Lots of bot issues on websites, things like that, because they just come with Evolutions packs inside. There's a lot of Evolution packs inside. You get the Mewtwo, you get the Slowbro, there's another version with Dragonite, and this just continued to climb over the past year now. So in May of 2022, it was sitting at a one-year low of $174.17. It's continued to climb all the way up until February of 2023, where it's kind of leveled off a little bit. It hit $206.79 as a one-year high recently, and now it's backed off a little bit, sitting at $204.12. Still looking at about $30 worth of growth, about 15% over the past year. The Snorlax Tag Team Tin, a lot of Tag Team Tins just continue to rise, and that's because of the packs that are inside. This one's leveled off a little bit over the last few months, but you can see in April of 2022, this one was sitting at $42 and just slowly starting to climb until like July, August, and it started hitting some more rapid growth up until December. Then it really shot up. We saw that one-year high of $70.48. It's kind of leveled off now, sitting at $70.08. Probably not being purchased as much inside because you can buy loose booster packs for a little bit better of a price point, but these just continue to climb. That's pretty much all the Tag Team Tins across the board. The Small But Mighty collection, this was pretty much an exclusive box that was only going to be found at Target stores, at big box stores, and this one has just continued to climb. This one I think was selling for around $50, $60. You may be able to correct me a little bit on that price point, but this one came out during the middle of the pandemic. This one was sitting at $136.97 as a one-year low. That was in July of 2022, and then we just started to see steady growth throughout the past year. You can see in December of 2022, it shot up to about $170. Then it's continued to climb even more over the past couple of months. Now it's sitting at $180, $136. Currently, that's a one-year high for this. It's jumped almost $50 over the past year for the Small But Mighty collection. The Eternatus VMAX, these boxes, very surprising because Eternatus VMAX is really starting to fall out of play because it's not allowed anymore. It's not in the competitive format anymore when it comes to standard, but it's really gained in price. That 180, 136 high point, not anywhere near accurate. That's a typo on my part. You can actually see the market price currently on the screen of $62.92. So it's jumped about $13, which is close to 25% over the past year. But you can see most of its damage done in April, May, June, where it really started a steady growth pattern. But then consistent after that, in July of 2022, it started climbing slowly, maybe a little bit more organically now over the past 10 months or so, coming off of a one-year high, one-year low of $49.85 in April. April, sitting at $62.92 currently. That's right around its 1-year high price. The Reshiram and Charizard GX boxes, you probably remember these. These came out exclusive to Walmart. There were 3 different big box stores or 3 different big box retailers that had exclusive product. We had Target, we had Walmart, and we had GameStop, right? GameStop. Reshiram and Charizard GX was the one that was exclusive to Target. This one has been, or Walmart. This one has been up and down, but these were available at Walmart for a really long time, and it's done a lot of damage over the past few months. You can see in May some real explosive growth there, going from $66 up to about $70, then up to about $75, backing off a little bit, staying fairly consistent all the way up until January, where it dropped back down below $70, hovering right around $68, and then it shot up like crazy. So now it's sitting at $75.62. So that's a 1-year high for this bad boy right here. So it's gained about 15% over the past year, but you're not seeing them as much at Walmart stores anymore. So you might see this card or this collection box, you might see it continue to climb. Here's the mythical squishy collection. We were talking about those exclusive boxes. This one was exclusive to Target. This one a little bit more difficult to find. If you went into Target stores, you might have seen some of them. That comes with little plushes, and then a bunch of packs, and then a Victini V card. Relatively consistent for the majority of 2022. You can see April all the way up until November, right around that $75 mark, but then did a lot of damage not too long after that. $70.68, its 1-year low, which it hit in July. Then in September, October, really started taking off more and more. Hit $89.58 recently, so that's a 1-year high for this. Gained about $20. It's almost 30%, with most of that being done over the past 6 months or so. Then we've got the Gengar EX box. This is a little bit older, but I don't know if you guys remember, and if you were in the hobby, let me know. There was a time when GameStop did this giant blowout of pretty much all sealed Pokemon products. A lot of people thought GameStop was getting away from Pokemon altogether. This was during the Sun and Moon era. They had Gengar EX boxes, they had Charizard EX boxes, they had Snorlax GX boxes, a lot of boxes that they discounted to $3, $4 a piece. There were people lining up in droves trying to find these collection boxes at GameStop because they were selling them for 80-90% off on clearance. They had so much in back stock that they were really starting to drop these, and this sale lasted for a couple weeks because it took that long for people to kind of buy up all the collection boxes. Can you imagine if that would have happened during the pandemic? People would have lost their minds. But this one, can you imagine buying this during that time for $3, $4, which is really what they were selling for at GameStop during that time frame? Look at what it's done now. So in April of 2022, it was at a 1-year low of $87.76, and it has just gained like absolute madness. Real slow growth up until December, where it finally crossed that $100 path and then started to shoot up even more. It's at $149.46 currently, so that's a 1-year high for that card, or that box. That's over 50% growth over the past year. Here's the Premium Trainer XY collection. This one comes with all those alternate art Pokemon cards from the XY era. You can see the alternate art N, the Team Flare Grunt, the Shaman EX, the Evital EX right there. This one was going down a little bit until September of 2022. That's where it hit a 1-year low of $329.16 and then really took off after that. It's sitting at $395.94, but a lot of those alternate arts during the time frame around October, November really started jumping up. We're seeing some of them start falling back down, but it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens now over the next few months with a lot of those alternate arts. We'll talk more about those next week, but really starting to gain some ground. And then in January, February, it took off like a rocket, sitting at $395.94 currently. That's a 1-year high for this collection box. Over 20% growth over the past year. Here is the Tag Team Powers collection box. This one comes with the alternate art variants of Espeon and Deoxys, of Umbreon and Darkrai. You've got the Caracosta GX in there, the full art Eevee GX in there. Relatively consistent growth from April, May, June, July, and then really started taking off more and more. In July, it hit a 1-year low of $159.96. It's over doubled in price since then. Again, right around the same time that we saw a lot of those alternate arts see explosive growth, this one started going up like crazy as well. It's sitting at $340.90 right now, $340.90. So that's a 1-year high for this product right here. Almost 100 or over 100% that's grown. Here's that Charizard EX box that we were talking about before. Same thing with the Gengar EX box. This one comes with an Ancient Origins pack, like what we saw with the Gengar EX box. This was on sale clearance at GameStop for $3, $4. Absolutely insane. Very slow growth. April all the way up until December of 2022. You can see in April it was at a 1-year low of $131.94. Saw some decent growth, but very slow growth, about 20% over that 8-month stretch of time from April until December, but then really started to take off, sitting at 243.60 currently. That's a 1-year high for this Charizard EX box. Absolutely insane. Here's the Mega Absol EX Premium Collection. This one has taken off like crazy as well. Almost 100% growth over the past year. You can see in April of 2022, it hit $100. That was its low, 1-year low. And then slowly but surely, not a whole lot of sales on this one, but really started taking off. Lots of really cool packs in here. You've got Roaring Skies, you've got Primal Clash, you've got Phantom Forces. You can see in March of 2023, it hit 192.49. It's backed off a little bit, but still sitting at 189.99. So almost 100% growth over the past year. Here is that aforementioned Snorlax GX box, which you could find for a couple dollars at GameStop. Going down a little bit, trending in the downward direction for the majority of 2022. Up until December, you can see it hit that 1-year low in September of $139.97, but it's gained almost $20 since then, so about 15% growth over the past 6 months or so, sitting at $157.32 currently. That's a 1-year high for that product. The Jirachi GX is an interesting one because if you remember, during the pandemic, this was the Black Friday deal at Walmart. These were available for what, like $5-10, something around that. I don't remember how much it was selling for at that Black Friday sale, but there were pictures posted all over Twitter, all over Instagram, all over Reddit, buying pallets, buying tons of these Jirachi GX boxes, and then really just breaking them open because it has an Evolutions pack, and a lot of people were like, this is amazing, what a great deal, but look what it's done for the sealed box. Absolutely insane. 101.75 is where it was at in April of 2022, and it really saw rapid growth up until January of 2023, where it just kind of gained and gained and gained, and then kind of leveled off a little bit, shot up even more, sitting at 101.75. I've got my numbers backwards here. So 101.75 is the current high for this one. $84 is the low for this one. That's the last one that we're looking at, but I really wanted to kind of draw your attention to a different area of the market, something that's a little bit different. Sealed collection boxes, a little difficult to keep sealed. That's kind of the problem, but let me know if you collect them, what you like to collect about them. The other problem with them, they're a little tough to store. They get bulky when you start adding a lot of them together. Storage becomes an issue, right? So I hope you like the content. If you do, like I said, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. It really goes a long way for the algorithm. Come back tomorrow. We're going to have a really good video about Paldea Evolved allocations and why maybe LGSs have ruined the business model for themselves. It's going to be a really good video, hopefully. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch this one, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Until then, peace.